A tiger versus a dragon, two of the most dangerous guys ever in Hajime no Ippo. Sendo came with a whole army to Sawamura's city. They looked like every delinquent in manga history. Sendo introduces himself. He says some of his guys went to Nagoya and got roughed up by Sawamura. Sawamura says he heard of Sendo. Then he steps in close and calls him an idiot to his face. Sendo's boys go crazy when they hear that. They want to jump Sawamura immediately. But he laughs it off and makes a joke about tigers. Sendo likes this energy. He respects that the whole group doesn't scare him at all. He wants to do this alone. Sawamura gains some distance and gets ready for the fight. He says, "You're gonna hit me? Come on. The moment you throw a punch, I'll end it." Sendo says, "You're getting more and more interesting. If you said that, then Osaka people would have left you off the street. School uniforms look badass, by the way. I would have loved those back in my day. We will see who ends this. And the moon will be the witness to this bloodbath between the tiger and the dragon." The fight begins. Sawamura gets close like a damn creep, but Sendo has something in store for him. He throws a kick, but his shoe looks a little loose, doesn't it? Sawamura sees it. Sendo throws a super juicy roundhouse kick, but Sawamura dodges with ease. He even has his eyes open, that damn reptile. Look at how he smiles. But Sendo isn't done yet. The shoe was so loose because it was a feint. Behind it is the right cross. Sawamura, being a counterpunch genius, parries the shoe and immediately counters with his right. How crazy is that? Even though he had to parry, he was fast enough to throw it straight with the same hand. They both land and blood splatters all over the floor. Both are bleeding from their mouths. Sendo acknowledges that he punched first, but Sawamura got a better shot in. Bastard. And then the tiger walks towards the dragon and says, "I'll seriously kill you." What's that? Someone is approaching. Who is this? A new fighter? Is it Umezawa? No. What are you doing, old man? Sawamura calls him sensei. It's his teacher. He's asking for forgiveness in Sawamura's name. He even begs Sendo to stop the fight. But Sendo has already seen blood. How could he back down? Sawamura steps in front of his teacher to guard him. He says, "Don't touch him. He's got nothing to do with this." What the hell is this? Some kind of joke? I want a brawl, bro. Sendo is asking his assistant to bring him his shoe like a damn emperor. "Yes, sir." He says, "Keh, loser. Let's go back." This is the equivalent of an online 1v1 with your friends when they get disconnected while you are ahead. After the fight, Sawamura's teacher goes after Sendo and has something to discuss. Sendo says it was the right decision to stop the fight. Sawamura has never lost in the street, and neither has Sendo. If they had kept going, one of them would have died for sure. He felt it. But what did he want to talk about? He says Sawamura is a lonely and pitiful guy. When he was a kid, he stabbed his dad. Whoa, that escalated quickly, bro. Stabbed? Sendo can't believe his ears while sipping that good King Kohi espresso blend. The dad was drunk every day and would go crazy at home at Sawamura and his mother. So it was his sense of justice. It was a final act to defend his mother. Sendo asks the right questions. Did he die? He even stutters a little bit. That's how heavy this story is, bro. He managed to survive at least. But after that, mother and son lived together alone. But then it all really started. Sawamura as a child says, "Mother, meat is hard on the outside but soft inside, isn't it?" His mom couldn't believe her ears. "What did you say, little bro? And what's with that suit and tie for a 10-year-old? This is how he became a super freak. His mother basically left him with her relatives and never came back. 3 years later, he realized she wouldn't come. Even his mother had betrayed him. And by the way, his toys look expensive. He had a whole bus and quality stuffed animals. No way he had it this bad. Come off your high horse, buddy." So by the time he was in middle school, everyone kept their distance. Sendo even says, "You can't just look at his eyes. He's definitely broken." What should he do after hearing that crazy story? The teacher says, "Be his friend." What? Friends with that meat lover? He'll eat me. He says he heard about Sendo from a teacher in Osaka. Why are teachers from several towns away even connected like that? Do they have teacher gang meetings? He says Sawamura would acknowledge someone who's at least his equal or stronger. Then Sendo says something unexpected. He says Sawamura is not isolated. He has his teacher. Someone who throws himself in front of the whole gang to protect his disciple from a fight? He's a tough teacher. Then we move forward to the future where Sendo and Sawamura are actually friends. They have a drink in the park when Sawamura suddenly starts talking about Sendo's meat and how he would have won back then. Sendo has no fear at all and says he'd be the one being crushed. Sawamura goes absolutely crazy and says he could strangle him here in the park. But I guess that's just his way of saying I like you, bro. He turns around and offers Sendo a title shot once he beats Ippo and gets the belt. Sawamura is a damn tragedy. He was shaped by an environment he didn't even choose, as are all children. It's tough to pull yourself out of those old psychological chains formed in childhood. Sendo and his teacher were a big part of his little redemption arc, to be honest. And the beating Ippo gave him helped a lot too. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one.